Welcome to the video series providing demonstrations on how to use the TB module of the Integrated Health Tool, or IHT. This video provides an overview of how to review and revise the demographic projection and HIV estimate sections. The demographics and HIV sections include the general demographic estimates and estimates of incidence and prevalence of HIV, as well as treatment coverage. In this section, graph cards show key population and HIV indicators. Users can click on the pencil icon on the top right of the card to see data tables that underpin them and to edit if needed. The demographic projections start with the population in the first year of the projection, disaggregated by age and sex. The projection then adds births and net migration, and subtracts deaths. Default entries are pre-populated from the World Population Prospects. If local official statistics are not consistent with the World Population Prospect estimates, users can edit the population in the first year of the plan and the migration entries to align more closely with local statistics. Population estimates are broken down by age and sex and can be looked at in single-year or 5-year age bands. The simplest way to edit this section is to multiply the entries up or down to match the number you are trying to reach. For example, if I am told that the World Population Prospect entries are 4% too low, I can highlight the estimates, right-click, and select Multiply, and then enter the appropriate multiplier, 1.04 in this instance. You can edit international migration entries by key punching your changes into the editor cells. HIV projections are incorporated using the AIDS Impact Model, or AIM. The vast majority of countries will have default data, drawn from a database of AIM files that UNAIDS supports countries to develop each year. Key entries to review are coverage of PMTCT and ART, and HIV incidence. HIV incidence is drawn from the estimates that are built up from 1970 onward through the UNAIDS process. Users can review this entry, but typically won't change it unless new data has recently become available that would cause former estimates to be adjusted. Coverage of different HIV interventions is found in program statistics. These are items that users may need to adjust, but they should do so in coordination with the HIV team. For example, in this file I find that the coverage of ART for men is relatively low and does not progress towards UNAIDS global targets. If I were to consult with the HIV team and find that they hope to achieve 95% coverage of ART for men by 2028, I could adjust that here. In this example, I am setting the 95% coverage target in 2028 and interpolating to reach that goal. Similar review should be done for adult ART, PMTCT, and pediatric ART at a minimum. A limited set of countries, typically those with very low HIV prevalence, may not have default AIM files. In these cases, all coverage and incidence entries would be set to 0. These can be populated by hand if needed, typically in cooperation with the HIV team. The minimum set of entries in these cases would be incidence, found in the incidence editor, and coverage for those interventions found in program statistics. Based on the data entered in the demographics and HIV editors, users can review the intermediate results which feed into TB population estimates. On first opening this results section, cards for the population, total fertility rate, births and deaths will open. Users can configure the results they wish to see using the option to manage selected results. In many cases, users will open the demographics and HIV section, review results, and then go back and revise the entries as needed. This concludes my demonstration of how to use the demographics and HIV section of the TB module of IHT. If you have any questions, please reach out using the Contact Us button found at the bottom of the screen.